Aha! Now this story time is me being with a rapist. It's terrible, you know. Fucking hell, man. I don't know what's the matter with me in my life. Okay, now I went to this house party that this boy invited me to, that really wanted me, and he's dead now anyway. Yeah, he's something, I don't know, but anyway, he's dead. And then I remember it was really dry, so I feel like I called my friend, and then it was only us that kind of made the party a party. It was so crap, honestly, but it was a laugh because so much stuff happened. So then these two boys come in, right? And like, I never saw them before, ever. And I was like, there's one, he just was eye-catching. I was like, fucking hell. This is mine tonight. Everyone was like, he's hot. He's hot. I was like, meh. So I was like, I went up to him and was like, where are you from? South Africa? He's like,
No, I'm from Trinidad.
I was like, oh, really? Oh, wow. At that point, I never even knew what Trinidad was. It's really terrible. So then we was talking, we were trying to get in there, but then his friend was trying to talk to me as well, but I was trying to talk to him, but the friend was trying to talk to me. So I talked to the friend, and then we went to the kitchen, and whatever. And yeah, like, then I found out he slept with my ex or whatever, like the previous time that we was together, and all this rubbish. Imagine what you find out. This community is so small, you know. He wanked me off when we were snogging in the kitchen. Yeah, I came in a person's kitchen on the floor. It was one house party, boy. That was such a fun house party. And after I went back out, because my eyes, even though that happened, my eyes and my intentions were still on this one. But then my friend was chatting him up as well. So every time my friend would go, I'll be talking to him. And anytime I would go, my friend would be talking to him. And then it got to the point that them two were like, like, my friend really was trying to talk to him, and then the person that wiped me off sent us in a cab home, and so we all got in the same cab or whatever. And he was like, you're right, and he kept giving me the eye and stuff. I was like, So then my friend tried to date him, and he was like, Junior, this is not working. I think he actually likes you, to be honest. Like, I tried, but it's not gonna happen. I was like, well, it's mine in the first place. So then me and him started talking, and then we end up seeing each other. And he told me his name was this, that his age was that, and then he invited me to a house party. And the house party, when I walked in, let me just skip to all the, forget all the extra activities that were going on there. When I walked in, I remember seeing happy birthday, happy 24th birthday to blah blah. And I was like, I turned around to my friend and I was like, Janine, am I in the wrong house? And she was like, babe, no, this has to be the house. I was like, then how come that's not his name and that's not his age? And then she was like, she's like, oh, fucking hell. And I was like, so all these months, yeah, all these months I was talking to someone that didn't tell me the right name and the right age, probably not the right occupation. How do I even know that where you was from was correct? So I was trying not to be pissed off, and when I saw him, anyway, it just like, he embraced me. He's like, here baby, you wanna come here, come meet my friend. So I met his friend, his best friend, and his friend was really flirty, touching my thigh. I was like, oh, you're naughty, innit? And he was like, how are you? He was talking to me, very handsome chocolate man, delicious. I was like, oh wow, what a party. But anyway, my eyes were still on my Trini. Even though he was a bastard for doing that, but it's fine, I confronted him in the morning about it. I ended up sleeping over. I wanted to go home. He was like, why don't you sleep over? Come upstairs. So I slept over, and I think that weekend, me and Janine didn't go home for like 4 days. We just stayed there. We was eating the leftover food. We was just having fun. We was just chilling. There's people there. It was just so nice. We was having intellectual conversations. And I was like, oh my god, this is a man I could definitely see myself with. Despite the fact that he was a liar. But it was fine. Fine. So, that happened, and like literally every weekend after that I would go there. and stay around him and his best friend's house. And then I found out that he was an overstayer. So like there was whispering going on in the kitchen, and he asked me like. Then I found out he just confided in me. Yeah, that he overstayed for 3 months past his stay here, and he wants to claim asylum and that rubbish. So like I remember speaking to my mum, and my mum gave him some advice and stuff, and I tried my best to help him as much as I could. Like I'm not a lawyer or anything. So that happened, and then he ended up he ended up doing what he needed to do to start his stay. And no, he didn't get married, guys. He did it the right way, actually. So anyway, he was in Liverpool at the head office of the Home Office, whatever, and he would tell me that he needed credit. We'd still be talking, and so I'd be sending him money for credit and stuff. And then our friends would be like, "Do you know you're crazy?" But I don't care what they were saying, yeah, because you know, he told me that he's in love with me, and I was like, oh my god, this is so serious, I can't wait to get back, you know. So the day that he wanted to come back, he said that he wanted me to check the ticket prices for him to come back. So I was like, okay, the prices are and he goes, can you book it for me? And I was just, it took me by surprise. I was like, you just told me to check the price, why do you want me to book? He was so rude. I got cussed like you like proper that day. And anyway, like a fool, I did it. He come back, and when he come back, he didn't even message. I didn't even know if he was here, what time he got here. Like, I would think, like, you love me so much. You've been messaging me, and I've been buying new credit. You've been talking to me. We've been talking about our future, what we could potentially do, and what we were gonna do. And then you come back here, and then you don't even tell me that you're back. So that bothered me a bit. And then he messaged me like that afternoon, this like 5 months into this, messaged me that afternoon, and he was like, I was at work, he's like, I want to see you. And then I was like, really? He goes, yeah, I want to see you now, I miss you, baby, I miss you, baby. I was like, okay. So I went to see him. Oh, I'm such a dumbass. And to my surprise, he wasn't there. He was like, I'm at the barber's. I was like, okay, so just wait by me, whatever. So then I went to his house, and then his friend opened the door, supposed for him. And I was cool with a friend anyway. Like, we had like a awesome bond. And so I must have been laughing. There was 3 of us now. I was laughing my head off, and I said something like, oh, is this how you're meant to treat someone that you love? And then the friend and the friend of the friend looked at me, and they were like, and I was like, why are you looking at me like that? And they were like, love. And I was like, yeah,
that's women, what do you expect? We've seen each other, he says he's in love with me, like, what do you mean that he's in love with you and he's my boyfriend? I was like, that just changed the whole dynamics, actually. I was so... And then I was like, what do you mean? Yeah, all this time, haven't you noticed? I was like, did you not notice? He was like, no, I didn't actually. Like, he's just a flirty person. He has sex with people all the time. Like, I'm used to it, but I didn't think that used to it, seeing each other. I just thought you was good friends. I was like, really? He goes, yeah, I just caught him the other day having sex with a white person come through the window, like, went out the window. And I was like, really? And this is the person that would talk to my friends. I really like him. Me and him are going to go somewhere. And all this rubbish.
Making all these plans when you already was making me sleep in the same bed as you and your man. It's disgusting. I was like, but all the time that we were sharing the same bed, he was like, people do that all the time. I was like, oh my god. And it clicked in my head. I was like, this actually could possibly be true, actually. Then I was like, at that point, I was thinking, so yeah, I found out that he went to Bootylicious with a link. So he had me wait at his house while he still went out with someone else. And his boyfriend knew that. So I was like...
So you know that he's out with someone else, and what kind of relationship is this?
And he was like, oh, don't worry about blah, 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 blah. And I was like...
Oh my god, I said his name! Woo! She loves that shit out!
Anyway, so I said his name. I mean, oh my god, I didn't say his name. So, but the first thing in my head was like, oh my god, you know what, I need to do something. I want him to catch me, yeah? I want him to see what I'm doing. So, I was proper flirting with the best friend. Let's just call him Dark Chocolate. I was flirting with Dark Chocolate, yeah? And I remember I was sitting on his lap. This is what started everything. I was sitting on his lap, and he was mucking around, and he bit my nipple, and I said,
my top off to get my live.
So anyway, I was tipsy that day because I drank 5 glasses of Alizé that I bought him for his birthday. But because I don't drink, and I was tipsy, but I knew full well what I was doing. I wanted him in the sack. So we went upstairs, and he's such a gentleman. Like, he put me to bed, he took my trousers off, and he said, Junior, you have
To go to bed, you have to go to sleep, we've got work in the morning.
And I had to work at 6 o'clock. So I was like, forget about work, like, whatever. And then I just remember, I remember him being in between my legs. And then I was like, just come here. Like, I nearly said the name again. Fuck my life. I was like, just come here, innit? And then I remember, he was like a tiger that was hungry for me, boy. Woo! It was so exciting. I was moaning. He was kissing me here, kissing me, like, woo, everywhere. Oh my God. So I was doing this, and in my head, I was just thinking, oh my God, I want him to come through the door and see this. I wanted to keep him in between my legs as long as possible because I wanted him to come through the door and see his man in between my legs, and I wanted him to know how it felt. Like, that was my plan. Like, I wanted him to catch that. But it didn't even bother happening anyway. So, like, I just remember, and don't worry, guys, we didn't have like sex, because I said the whole time, even though I was tipsy, I was like, we're not having sex, 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 we're not having sex. And so, like, we were just doing everything else apart from sex. I still didn't get to see his dick though, because it was just more passionate, like more hands-on, like rubbing, and it was nice actually. That is how a man dominates, yes? Fucking hell, boy. 6'2" made me feel like 5'3". Woo! That was an experience. So I was like happy at that moment, and then he just stopped. Like, he just stopped. Like,
No, I can't do this. I can't do this. I can't do this.
and I was like, why? I can, and you seem to be doing fine to me. I'm so fucking cheeky. When I'm horny, I just want it. So I was like, no, yeah, we can still do this. He was like,
No, we can't do this. We can't do this.
I was like, why? He goes, 2 wrongs don't make it right. 2 wrongs don't make it right. This doesn't make it right. This doesn't make it right. I can't do this. And I was like, why?
I can't tell you. I can't tell you.
I was like, what is it? And I said, this is now I got up because I was thinking, now this is something serious. Like, what is it? And he goes, I've just been tested because of him for HIV. And then that's when I was like, oh, ooh, we can't do this. That changed the dynamics of everything, actually, don't know. And then I went to bed, and he woke me up, and I think I woke up at like 4, and then he was like, no, go back to sleep. I wake up just before. So I woke up he woke me up just before, helped me get dressed. I got a cab to work, and that day was just distraught. He had hepatitis B, and he was meant to come to London for treatment, but he never got treatment. So yeah, he's just been sleeping with people recklessly without a condom. So now the rapist part. So there was this boy, and he died last year because he committed suicide from a drug overdose. I know I sound insensitive when I'm saying this, but I didn't really know him. I saw him out. My friend was really close to him though. He went to his funeral. But he apparently took an overdose because my guy raped him, and then the boy found out. I don't think it takes like time to know. So yeah, that was the time when I was with a rapist, and to be honest with you, it's still shocking the fact that he could do something like that. But you can see two sides of you. I can't say, oh, he's the sweetest person, nice, because that's only the side he was showing me, because while he was showing me that, he was doing the most horrible things behind my back anyway. And now I don't see him out anymore, so it just all adds up, to be honest. So you should really be careful with the people that you are dealing with and you give your time to, because I feel like all the signs were there, but I just No, it was always odd because he'd always tell me like, he would like we'd be lying together and he'd be like, this is why I don't want us to have sex because it would spoil like what we have and stuff. And I always wondered because he just always would start saying like, well, this is why we're not gonna have sex. And I never understood why he would just bring the sex up. But then in my mind, then I was thinking, oh my god, this is so nice, like because that's what you want to hear from a man. Actually, for a man to be telling you that he doesn't want you to have sex yet because it will spoil what you have, you'd be thinking, oh my god, that means that he really likes me for me. And that's what made me like him even more. The fact that he was saying that, but it still didn't resonate in my mind because it was just so random that he would say, that's why we didn't have sex, why we won't be having sex and all this rubbish. But now I know it's because he had HIV and he had a conscience of giving it to me. So you have to be careful in this community, you know. And girls, you definitely have to be careful too, because HIV is not a joke. And imagine being HIV positive and a rapist. It's disastrous. What a life.